Yo, guys. Old Man Chi, RDS here, back again for the Manchester United versus Man City Manchester Derby review. And I'm joined by my amazing guest over from Beta Games. Beta, buddy, welcome to the channel. Buddy, how are you doing? What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for the opportunity to be on the show. Apologies to those of you in the chat. I won't be able to read it, but I'm here for the conversation. I'm here for this Manchester Derby. RDS, you're asking me how things are going, man. You kind of know things aren't really going well for me right now. So, outside of football, everything's great. Family, everybody's healthy. Things are good. Football life, we'll get into it. A lot needs to change on this end. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Fade. And big up everyone in the chat. Remember for you to channel to like, share, and subscribe to Everdale Studio. Make sure you obviously head over and subscribe to Beta's channel as well. For those watching as well, don't know, make sure you give them a lot of love and support. Just quickly going through this in the comments. Obviously, that would post on. Big up Eddie says, best regards to you, artists and Beta. Such a great opportunity for MSC to get points. May the pep demise continue, says Eddie, and everyone hit that like. Big up Lucky Singh as well. He says that, as I think Xerxes, Malassia, Mount, he says are out. Need plans more to start the game. And we need to push both teams. We're God. We are underdogs. And Atonement again saying like, subscribe on the way to everyone, people. And again, we're underdogs.
Wait. Sorry, RDS. Who was the commentator that said Mighty United are underdogs? Who made that comment?
Lucky Singh saying that Manchester United are underdogs.
Lucky Singh. Okay.
I mean, is he wrong? Because at the end of the day, City are at home. Let's get into it. Because this whole thing starts.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Both clubs.
Because I gotta address Lucky.
Manchester's not doing well. Manchester as a place is not doing well at all, really. United, I think, is obvious for everyone to be seen. Obviously, sacked Ten Hag the first couple of months, didn't go particularly well. Amram's come in, and it's sort of chugging along. But you had 2 L's against Arsenal and against Forest away. And City, I don't know how many wins is it in the last 9 or 10 games. I mean, it sounds.
You know what, RDS?
Hard.
As much as we haven't talked in a while, I haven't missed the answer to the questions you're asking. You do that. Oh man, I forgot how much that got under my skin. We are 1 win in 10. All right, we're 1 win in 10 currently.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost like, if it wasn't because he's Pep, that's kind of sackable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other manager, it's the 1 win in. If you say you won 1 win in 10, it's probably a sackable offense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it gets that far with any other manager. Once it's probably 1 in 6 or 1 in 7, there's going to be like this person's got to go, especially maybe after the Liverpool loss, right? We know how important Manchester City versus Liverpool games have been, and to suffer a loss, and then I think at that time it would have been 1 in 7,
yes,
maybe 1 in 6, something like that. So yeah, that would have been sackable for sure. But no, the form's terrible. The reason why I had to ask you, like, who sent that comment about Man United underdogs? Like, I get it, you're coming to the Etihad. City should be favorites, but maybe it's just me. Like, the underdog label, like, I hear favorites, least, like not non-favorite, but the underdog, for me, it has like it should be extreme. Like, underdog means like there's no hope. There's a definite clear advantage to the other side. I think we're favored, and we're only slightly favored because it's at home. Our form is horrible. Our form is absolutely horrible. And
I mean, United's
poor as you
can as well. United's form is it's not good. It's not anything to write home about when you're losing at home to Nottingham Forest, and you can't defend set.
Oh, let's not do that, RDS. Let's not do that. Forest are a very good club. Other clubs, look at the other Reds. Look at the Liverpools. They weren't able to get a win versus Forest. Let's not.
Yeah,
talk about not being able to get a win versus them. That's disrespectful.
of course, no, I see that. But I mean, you think about already this season, City have their win against United in the Community Shield, and no matter how United have been, Manchester City, I just feel like I just have this thing that we know that both clubs are in the mud right now, and it almost feels like United's season is effectively over, bar the Europa League. But City, it's the idea that, hey, if we beat Manchester United, this can potentially be a turning point. This could be a turning point.
Oh, RDS, I see what you're doing. I see what you're
doing. No. I'm just saying it could be and suddenly you galvanize behind this result, and then suddenly you go on, because we've seen City do this before, and then before you know it, boom, they've gone their run and they go on to win the league. You know what I mean? United,
I hear that.
What even if United win this game, are United really going to get top 4, even top 5 with the way things are going? Probably not. So there is
I'm not gonna let you get away with this. No, I'm not gonna let you get away with this. No. I know. We haven't spoken in a while, but I'm familiar with your game. I'm very familiar with your game. Now, as you talk about United, as you talk about City, whoever catches this win, I think it is going to be a momentum boost. It's a derby. Like, there's so much emotion into this game. For whichever club to be able to get a result, it's going to be. I think it is going to be a little bit of a galvanizing moment. I think it's going to be like, okay, we dealt with a very difficult opponent. Let's go on and continue the winning. The meaning's going to be huge, right? Look at the manager. Currently, you have a new manager, a manager that's under the spotlight a little bit just because they want to see what his philosophy, what his style's all about. And obviously, he's going to get judged on how he conducts himself against some of the big six, essentially. So, how he deals with Pep, especially maybe not yourself, but many United fans have reminded me all throughout this week that Amorim's already beaten Pep with regards to when he was over at Sporting in the Champions League.
True. But let me point something out to you about that fact, Vader. The difference there is that when he was at Sporting, he actually had a sporting director. Right now, he doesn't have a sporting director right now. Like, we sacked our sporting director. I think Tobin has the comment right here. United underdogs because they sacked their sporting director this week. We don't even have
the sport. No. I respect. No, I respect you, RDS. I respect your chat. That comment is so fraudulent. What's a sporting director going to do in a week's time? What's a sporting director?
It's the fact that shows that, like, City have the structure or the structures in place, to actually go win games. United are in a crisis right now. Like, we're in a crisis, man. There's literally you went out of your way to go to Newcastle to get this guy, and then within a few months you basically sacked him. There's sackings going over the place. The mood is bad. The morale is low. So, really and truly, like, you'd still rather be, with City, you saw Pep.
You'd rather be 1-10 right now, is what I'm hearing. You'd rather be 1-10.
But this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The six fingers. So the 6 fingers. So even though you're going through the pain, at the end of the day, it's still 6.
Yes,
so in other words, it's still Manchester City. It's still us.
Absolutely.
So I think
true.
That's the difference between. United can't really do that with City right now, aside from titles, but that's even here nor there. So, it's yes, both clubs are in the mud. I think we can both agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think we could probably say that United have been in the mud for a lot longer, and I just think that there's not really
what's funny though, RDS, is when I think about, obviously when we look at games and we look at coming into the game, who's got the better form, this is where I find it a little bit of an equalizer. This is why I think it's a little bit of it could go either way, because Manchester City's form is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. We didn't catch a win versus Crystal Palace, right? And how we're playing it's not showing any signs of having any type of dominance or controlling the game. And where we've been vulnerable at, and I know we'll have a lot to talk about as we do the show, but Where City are very, very vulnerable at is where you guys actually have some strengths, is where you guys have actually improved, because where it used to be, you know what, there's no way United can keep up with the technical ability of Manchester City. Yeah, that was very true. Obviously, when we had Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, it was also a matter of being able to deal with the physicality.
Okay. So I need to. So in fact, I'll make that a subject matter on its own, because I knew that was going to come up. So we need to address that particular thing, and I'm going to let you speak, and I'm not going to interrupt, because I wanted you to your thoughts. But what I want to know is this: as a City fan and as someone who's seen obviously Roger play and Pep play, are we here saying that City's capitulation this season is entirely based on the lack of Rodri? Is Rodri the reason why City have completely capitulated?
Rodri is not the sole reason, but he is a major factor. The reason why I say that is we would still be looking inconsistent. We would still be looking poor. But this is a man that in a calendar year didn't suffer a loss. So I think we would still be looking maybe not as dominant. We wouldn't be 1-10, right? Like Rodri not being here has been a huge impact, because, again, when you're missing out on a Ballon d'Or, it's going to have huge ramifications on how you can actually be consistent throughout the season. So I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what, if we had Rodri here, none of these problems would still be here. I think it would be lessened. We would still have some frailty defensively, players not being dialed in, players not being accountable with regards to how they're marking and tracking players. I think we'd still show some signs of being ran through a little bit in the midfield, because we've had KDB inconsistent with his health. We've had Foden inconsistent with his health. And with what Pep has had to do, we've seen teams run through us. And I think even with the Rodri, they would have done it. Where I'm not going to say that, no, how some have been phrasing it, Rodri FC. We're not Rodri FC, but any club's going to suffer without their best player. If you were to take out Mo Salah for a portion, I mean, he's not a Ballon d'Or winner, but if you take out Mo Salah, and he would have a huge impact. If you were also to take out maybe a Van Dijk for a long period of time, like I'm talking core, not necessarily having a backup, right? It's different for an Allison, because you would have Kelleher, right? It's different for maybe a Trent, because you'd have Bradley. But I'm talking about when you take out a player that your club currently doesn't have a backup for, and a player that matches or is relatively close in quality, you're going to see a drop off.
There's a comment for you from Atonement again. He says Kyle Walker has had more babies this season than good performances.
Oh,
what do you have to say to that, Tom? What do you have to say to that? Is there truth to that, or is Kyle Walker being unfairly targeted?
I gotta love the RDS chat. Kyle Walker has had way more errors than he's had successes. The kid number, I can't accurately say yes or no to that, but the fact that he's had, I would say he's definitely having his poorest season, is hitting at the exact wrong time, because like I was mentioning about backup players, I'm going into this game versus you guys, and I have to play Walker. I don't have a defensive option. Like, I have to play Walker because Rico Lewis isn't available. Kanji isn't available. So if I'm going to look to have any type of relatively consistent back line players playing in their position, it's going to be Walker at right back, probably Diaz, giving a youngster in a Pusey a chance, and I'm going to put Guardiola out there at left back. Like, I have to play him. And that's the woes. Again, I get it, rivals. You don't want to hear it, but a quote unquote team that just won a four-peat's not going to. No one's going to hear any excuses from them. No one's going to have any sympathy. No one's going to care.
No.
So we haven't been able to find a way to win despite these players missing. But our drop off is accumulation. Oh, this person just ran on a red. Our drop off has been accumulation of playing very late in seasons, players in their 29, 30 plus years in terms of their career, and catching some not unforeseen, but inconvenient injuries. And it's been clubs that have been like, we know that we're about to play against the treble four-peat winners. We know that we're getting everybody's A game, which we should. And the quote unquote fear factor or winning the psychological battle before the ball's even kicked, that's faded this season. We're getting everybody's best shot. Are we going to get your best shot on Sunday? I'm expecting so.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, if I just go back to what's going on in Manchester, and just kind of briefly give a summary of what's, for those who are listening and obviously those who have been living under a rock. Manchester United obviously are having arguably one of their worst seasons ever, with where Manchester United are in the table. Now, whether they'll still be there or not at the end of the season remains to be seen. So given how topsy and turvy the thing is, I mean, interestingly enough, if United do somehow beat City, they'll only be about, I think it's 6 points off top four, which is crazy. But
yeah, that's why I want to slow you down when you were talking about.
Well, I mean,
a possible galvanizing or a run after winning. Of course, there's going to be huge momentum after winning versus us if you were to do it.
The problem, though, is that when United have had to get it done, gid, as HH would say, United have failed at gid this season. Against teams like Ipswich, against like the likes of Forest, et al. The gid has not been there, and Manchester United, whether it's the ownership, whether it's I don't know. So not why I say ownership, I mean with what's going on in the club with the sackings and stuff. There's definitely a of course Ten Hag what was going on was untenable, and probably felt with too many players. But Ruben Amorim, who I rate, I saw him at Sports Lisbon. I rate the manager. He was on my, I think, top three. I think were him, Nagelsmann, and Inzaghi were my three. So I was happy with the appointment.
That's not a bad list.
But I also was aware of the fact that, and already, I think the positive as a United fan looking on is I already see what Amorim's trying to do. I know how he wants to play. I can really see what he's trying to do, which was a bit strange because I thought that would be the same with Ten Hag, but for some reason that just never materialized, which I thought was quite odd. But already,
I don't want to trigger anything, but are you seeing similarities to the early stage, like the first couple days of hiring Erik ten Hag and what you're experiencing with Amorim, or does it seem very different?
I think it's different because I think a couple of things. Because one, I think that even when the early days of Ten Hag, we still didn't really know how Ten Hag was wanting to play, and set himself up. We were, and to be honest, in that first season, there were a lot of issues. But I think people swept it under the rug because, we got to the FA Cup final. We finished in top something first season, etc. But if you actually look back on that season, I think I was one of the few people that, and in part it was because you got to understand that, like, Ollie, I think, got sacked, I think, in the similar time frames to when Ten Hag got sacked. And I think a lot of people just thought, well, he salvaged the season.
Okay.
The season was kind of, salvaged somewhat. Correct. Ragnick came in and then he started. So what I mean, people were very much like on a down because of Ollie. So any kind of progress in that season was seen as progress. We're building, etc., etc. But I think if you looked at it objectively, not taking into account what Ollie had done, you'd have looked at that first season and gone, there are quite a few problems here. And those problems were exacerbated in the second season. Obviously things going on behind the scenes, Ronaldo, etc., and other different things, Sancho, and so on. And that tells me that someone who might be a good coach, but in especially the big club like Manchester United, you have to be a good coach and you have to be a good manager.
Yeah,
as well. You've got to be able to manage players, and you also got to coach the players. And Ten Hag, from what I think, struggled on the management side, given how many players he fell out with, and given how many times he would constantly favor certain players, Anthony, over others who are clearly technically better. I for the life of me didn't understand how I would say, oh, Ahmad, you're going to get your chance, blah, 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 blah. And, I see Ahmad play and I see Anthony play, and I just don't understand what exactly Ten Hag was thinking, aside from just it was his favorite guy.
Right.
So with Amorim, I at least see someone who, I already know what his style of play is, what he's trying to implement, even though it's not what it's taking time to work. And also the fact that it looks like this guy is holding no prisoners, so if you're not playing well, sub off, etc. Sub off move, so that's, I think, the difference between him and Ollie and Ten Hag is that the amount of late subs, changing it late, etc., that they would have, 75 minute, 80 minute, right, I'm going to change it. With Amorim, as soon as we're goal down or we were goal down or equalize, it's like, right, okay, you've had Rashford, Xerxes, it's been 50 something minutes, you've had your time, I'm going to change it and put on X, Y, and Z. I'm not waiting, so that has at very least been impressive, because it at least means that, like, you've at least tried to change something in the game, and if you can't change it, or the players that come on can't do it, then it shows that the players are good enough.
It'll be refreshing to see, because I think it's been a long time since there's been a manager there that won't tolerate with any type of player power, right? Like, if he's gonna dictate what is done within that locker room. He's gonna decide on who's up to it and who's not, and not really deal with any type of player politics, which I think is long overdue. But no, that's why I want to ask. I want to ask on what the vibes were like with Amorim. Now, you have to admit, though, even though you haven't seen much consistency, Amorim's going to have you better suited for this derby than Ten Hag would have been. So you must be optimistic playing us in this form. Am I safe to say that?
He'll know that this is not going to be a sporting job, and he'll know the players that he has. That there's, we already have mistakes in them. Onana's obviously confidence is shot with 1 or 2 mistakes. And obviously we'll talk about the starting lineup in a second. Oh, sorry, Tapos made a comment. He said Erik Ten Hag team never truly settled. A lot of those cups papered the constant cracks. I agree with that. Hopefully for you guys with Amorim, they judge the process this time. Yeah. Like I said, I think that with Amorim, it's, well, again, like anything, only time will tell. So, but I do think that signs of Ten Hag, in my opinion, were in the beginning of the first season. So like there were clear signs there that, and I don't care what anyone says. You get pimp slapped 7-0 by Liverpool. It's a problem. You just get destroyed by Liverpool 7-0, and then you allow you guys to get your first treble. So that all happened under Ten Hag's watch. It didn't happen under Ollie's watch. It didn't happen under Mourinho's watch. It didn't happen under Dinamic's watch.
But Ten Hag did predict eras coming to an end, so he knew this was going to happen.
I'm not sure which era he was talking about. Essentially, he's talking about his, So I mean, okay, yes, Ahmad ended Klopp's era, and who knows? Maybe Ten Hag's sacking is leading to the end of the Pep era. I don't know, So, but it is what it is. Atonement says United aren't optimistic because we don't. United aren't optimistic because we don't have. Yeah. Okay, so this is a good point by Tone. United aren't optimistic because we don't have Player of the Year Phil Foden. We can't compete with his form this season. Atonement hits it right on the head. When you have players of the years like Phil Foden in your starting lineup, who's obviously scored a hat trick against us last time we came to Old Trafford, what can you do, Vater? What do you say to that?
Okay, Phil Foden. Yes, missing out on a player or not having a player like that in a squad, it would put you at a disadvantage. I need him healthy. I need him to find the form that he had last season, to be honest with you. And that's why it's been, and actually Pep talked about it in a press conference. He's like, any season is going to be difficult without Rodri, and who's without a Ballon d'Or and without player of the season. Phil Foden. So I need Foden back. He loves playing against you guys, actually. So
He
yeah.
does.
So I need him to step up. Also, some of that home cooking that we would have at the Etihad, I need that as well. I'm just gonna be on mute for I'm gonna be on mute for 1 second.
No worries. It's fine. It's fine. Right. What I'll do is I'll just switch. While it's for me, we'll just switch to starting 11. I'm going to just quickly share the screen, and we'll probably try and do a combined 11 at the end of it. But I don't even know whether I should even do that because we already know what's going to happen. So let me quickly share this so everyone can see. And guys in the chat, make sure you like the video, and subscribe to Redo Studio, bottom right-hand corner. And obviously make sure you subscribe to Veta's channel, Veta Games TV as well. And let me know your thoughts on the starting 11s on respective companies as well. So, let's have a look. So Manchester United. So we'll do United's first. So hopefully everyone can see that. You should all be able to see that now.
Yeah, sorry, RDS. I'm gonna drop for about 5 minutes, but I'll be right back.
No problem. So yeah, we'll just quickly go for the United starting 11, guys. Sorry, 1 second. What's going on? 1 second. So first of all, let's switch to formation. Because the formation will be 3-4-3 effectively, or 3-4-2-1. So we'll quickly do that. Now, here's where things get interesting. Okay, so obviously, despite whatever happens, Onana's going to be in goal. Onana will be in goal. That's just what's going to be. Now, the back three is interesting. As far as I'm aware, the back three is going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. You know, do you play De Ligt, Euro, and Martinez? So as far as I'm aware, I don't think United have any injuries aside. Why even Maguire might be available. Do you do that back three, or do you play Matswari? And you know, do you throw in someone like Euro in the Manchester derby? I don't know. I actually think, and you've not got sure who you could play as left-sided centre back here. This is tough, man. You know, Matswari De Ligt. Yeah, I mean, Kango says this. You know, Matswari De Ligt Euro. That is what I think it could be. Topo says, I think Matswari. This is what I think. I think Matswari will probably get none. Thomas says Garnacho can't start against City. Matswari, Maguire, De Ligt. So Maguire comes in. But can De Ligt play on that side? Because I actually wouldn't mind a Matswari, Maguire, and De Ligt. I actually think that would be all right. And I think that, you know, throwing Euro into a Manchester derby when he's just come back from fitness, is it right? I'd rather he build up his fitness in the Europa League, if I'm perfectly honest. It's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one. I don't know. Matswari definitely has to play though, so we'll put him in. I think everyone can agree with that. I wish the only thing as this, I wish Matswari was here. I think he should be. If I was honest, I think Matswari should be here and Ahmad should be here, but that's not going to happen. So, you know, that's what I think. Nobody can play wide CB apart from those two. Leacher is in trouble. Yeah, I think I don't think Martinez can start this game. That I know of. that I know of. So basically, it's going to be Matswai, De Ligt, Euro, or Matswai, Maguire, De Ligt. Malacia won't be involved. Start this thing if ready. We need to watch for City at set pieces plus crosses for Haaland, and that is a fair point. With the set pieces. So, do you play? That's a fair point. Maybe you do play Maguire in for the set pieces. You got the height here. We can clear them. And then Congo says so. Lisandro will play left centre, but if the left is allowed to jump, that's how his weaknesses are. So Lansman will play left side centre, but if the left is allowed to jump, that's how his weaknesses are bypassed. You know what? I might go with Box's idea, but I don't know. I'm flexible. We can probably come back to it. Let me know. In fact, let me set up a poll actually, because if I'm honest, I don't really know which one I can compare it to. So I'll put one temporary for now. But what I'll do is I'll put this poll: who should play at defense? And then let you guys in the chat decide. So we've got Matswari, Maguire, and then De Ligt. And then we've got Mats, De Ligt, and then Euro. And then I had a third option, which is probably Mats, De Ligt, and then Martinez. Yes. Yeah. So that's the poll in the chat. That's up there. So cast your votes, and we'll come back to the defense in a second. Obviously Ahmad is going to play here. That's right wing back. It's a sort of new position. I think that position is locked and loaded. The midfield is interesting. The midfield is very interesting. I think for some reason he's not keen on Eriksen. So I don't think Eriksen is going to be in the conversation. So the question is, you got Casemiro, Mainu, and Agate. I don't know, guys. I don't think Agate and Mainu works. I don't think Agate and Mainu works. But Casemiro is not that much better either. Do you try Agate and Mainu and see? I mean, let me know what people think here. But I don't know. It probably will be these guys, but I just don't. It's not working for me. It's not working for me right now. But who knows? Then it will be Dallo on the side. I don't think it'll be Malacia. I could be wrong, but I suspect Dallo. It'll be Dallo again. Again, Malacia sort of coming back from injury as well, monitoring him. So I suspect that'll be the case. Gango says, I would go either Mats De Ligt, you or maybe fine. Would you go bold and try Garnacho as left wing back? Probably not in this game, to be honest. Especially because of his tenacity to kind of come inside all the time. So as I see Garnacho as more of like an inside forward a lot of the time. So yeah, probably not for this game. That is a good point, Lucky. Can Mason Mount come in and play next to Agate? Or will even play Bruno there? I've got no idea, guys. I've got no idea. What I do know is Bruno is starting. That I know. That I know. Bruno Fernandes is definitely starting. Bruno is definitely starting, and I think that striker-wise, it's going to be Haaland. I don't think Xerxes, especially after what happened on Thursday, I don't think he has done enough to start. So this is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 starting 11 where I'm still not sure about the midfield. Potentially Casemiro might come in for Ugarte. Maybe Mount. I don't know. And on the other hand, I don't think you could. When people say Mount, I don't think you can play Bruno Mount together. I don't think you can play them together. Anthony is one of the wing backs. That is an interesting shout. That is an interesting shout. Yeah, potentially Anthony, but you'd probably have to play Anthony on the right, wouldn't you? Do you know what I've always thought could work, but nobody has said? Mount as a left wing back. I mean, that's also another thing. Mount as left wing could potentially work. But guys, all these are great ideas, but I just don't think that Beta's back, so I've just seen him. Give me a second. Yo, Beta, you there, buddy? Oh, hello. Okay, maybe he'll be coming back soon. Yeah, I just because obviously all these ideas in chat are good. Are good. They are good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear. I can hear you, buddy. I'm just
nice. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're loud and clear.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm just finishing the start 11, and we'll get to the the City one. So Congo saying Anthony work well wing back. It may be Ahmad playing in the cam. I mean, so you could have a situation. Yeah, you could have this. I mean, yeah, you could have a situation where maybe you put Anthony at. You place Anthony here at right wing back where Ahmad is playing. Because defensively, Anthony's okay, and then what you do is you do this, and you place Ahmad here, because I just have a feeling that Rashford is going to be dropped.
You think he dropped to be an option
on the bench?
To be a difference, to be a difference to be subbed on, or drop because he's in poor form and shouldn't start?
Drop because he's in poor form. Drop because he's in poor form.
Pardon me?
Drop because he's
sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. So looking at defensive votes, I can see. We need one more vote to play. There's 40-40. You've got Maz, Maguire, Delit, and then Maz, Delit, Euro. Someone added another vote to break the tie. I wouldn't mind seeing Mount at left wing back. Yeah, I think I've changed that. Yeah, I can hear you, Veta. I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Anthony worked well at wing back. It may be Ahmad playing as the cam. Yeah, I think I've incorporated that. It's weird how nobody is earning the other camera. Mount may but need a fast player next to Bruno. Yeah, I have made the change. I think potentially you might be thinking about that. Maybe that's why he played Anthony at wing back, to maybe allow Ahmad to come in more central because he's more creative there. Let's have a look at the votes. Oh, yeah, someone voted. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to take that. Okay, Matswari, Delit, Euro seems to be what the community has decided. So we'll put that. And then Euro. So starting 11 for Manchester, I predicted 11 anyway, is Onana in goal, then Matswari, Delit, Euro, then Anthony actually right wing back, Ugarte, Mainu, Dallo, and then Ahmad with Bruno, and then Haaland up top. That is the starting United starting 11. I mean, Brayton, any thoughts about that starting 11?
That's a dangerous 11, to be honest with you. That's actually, when you think of, and again, I can't believe I had to do this, but on Thursday, I had to subject myself to watch you guys play, to do some scouting. That's the stage I'm in. I had to tune in on a Thursday to watch you guys play and to see how I might have to expect you guys set up against us. I think what you just put together makes a lot of sense, especially with who he had starting on Thursday, because obviously Haaland was subbed on. He had instant impact, right? Xerxes started that game, and I think what you have forward there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Rashford started as well. So I think what you got in terms of players that'll be up for it or well rested for it makes a lot of sense. I think I'm actually pretty nervous about it. I'm actually pretty nervous about that.
Oh no! Come on, Beta. Come on.
Wait, RDS, what do you mean? Come on.
You know, you got. Listen. You guys are at home. You got as I think some of the community pointed out. You have a player who we actually haven't even talked about yet. In fact, actually, before we get into City starting,
you know why you cut me off, RDS is because you know that this is a good 11. You know that this is actually.
I know their mistake. I know their mistakes in this 11. That's what I know. I know that if City get hold of the ball, that midfield is still a problem. The Agate Menu thing I think is a bit tricky. I think Anana is Anana. There's not really nothing else to be said to that, and you know, so it doesn't really matter. You know, if De Bruyne kicks a long ball in, you know, happy days, it's over. So really, I think United's danger is probably coming down that right-hand side with Matswari and Anthony and Ahmad potentially working together to create stuff for Højlund. That's probably where United's affected. It's not going to be from controlling the game.
So let me tell you my concern with this, right? Is your strong side being your right attack. I'm actually pretty calm with regards to our left side defense, but being focused, not allowing a player to maybe slip behind, not being able to wrongly assign or cue into when the threats are on the left, on what would be like your left side. That worries me. A late runner getting into space, that worries me with the fact that I'm going to have to play maybe a Walker and a QC on the same side. Or maybe it'll be Walker and Diaz, but still, I'm concerned about this. And again, you don't want me to say this. You're like, Bader, stop it. The physicality is where I think you also have an advantage here.
Beta man. Okay, come on, Beta man. You're starting to because you have a specimen in Erling Haaland, who's basically like a descendant of arguably Thor or his daddy Odin in goal, who's destroyed Premier League records, and you can't tell me that guy isn't seeing that back three and going, and Onana and go on thinking, listen, I can maybe do something. I could maybe do something. I did something against them last time at the Etihad, and I can do something again now. Are you not thinking that Haaland is looking at this? And
I think the Haaland. I agree with you. The Haaland matchup is going to be pure entertainment. I'm going to enjoy watching that. I want to see how or who is going to double up on him. Right? Whether it's going to be young Euro, whether it's going to be maybe even a midfielder dropping a little deeper. I don't know how you're going to attend when we're in what would be like the final third and us attacking you. Sorry for the noise there. But I want to see that matchup, of course. But RDS, why are you making me do this? You know that we've been ran through. Our midfield has been the problem.
Well, our legs. Let's switch it. Let's get the City starting 11. So
let's talk about it. Let's talk
my lineup generator again for City. So I'll just quickly type this in. Okay, Manchester City starting 11. So I'll get that. All right. So let's go for the City starting 11. So what formation will you guys be playing, Bate?
We will probably. I mean, we always start off in like a 4-3-3, but then there's movement that either happens from defender inverting or a double pivot being done. So let's do a 4-3-3 because that'll be the most consistent way to reference the club.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I've got 4-3 up. Okay, So
All right.
so in goal, I'm assuming Edison. Is that correct, or is that not correct?
Might not be correct, man. It might be Ortega.
Oh, interesting.
Although I would want Ederson, it may be Ortega. So let's go with who I would choose.
Okay.
And let's put Ederson in there.
Listen. Okay.
I love the keeper matchup. Ederson, Onana, like that'd be great stuff.
Well, it depends on who's going to make the mistake first. Probably Onana. So, but we'll see what happens. Okay.
So my back line.
So yeah, your back line, buddy.
All right. So at right back, Kyle Walker.
Okay.
As much heat as he's getting, as much hate as he's getting, no one can say that he hasn't been the best right back the last 10 years. Okay. I mean, the last two has been difficult, but he's been absolutely phenomenal for almost a decade in this league. So I'm gonna lean on him, understanding the importance of this derby. Kyle Walker. Then Simpson Pusey. Actually, no. Let me go Diaz. Ruben Diaz.
Okay. Diaz. Okay.
And then next to him will be Simpson Pusey. P-U-S-E-Y.
P-E-U.
No, P-U-S-E-Y. Yeah.
F-E-Y.
S-E-Y. Pusey.
Oh, wait. P-U-S. Sorry, say that? P-U.
P-U-S-E-Y.
S-E-Y. Oh, right. Is he a youngster? He's
literally yeah. Well, he's not showing up.
That's probably why it's not showing up. So
he's an academy kid. So
okay, it's fine. Well, I'll just we'll make a note. I'll make a note of that there.
Yeah, leave him blank there, and then Guardiola will be the left back. GVA. Gobar.
Okay, this might be the app actually, because that should be able to. Let me try.
Yeah, he should be popping.
Yeah, it should be coming up. So let me just quickly. Sorry, guys. I'll just quickly refresh this. So I'll change that.
Guardiola. Yeah, GVARDIO.
It'll just take a little bit longer to. So let's put Diaz here. Okay, GU. How do you spell Guardiola? It's G-U-A, isn't it?
No, G-V. Guardiola. G-V-A-R. Should pop up.
Yes. It's just taking it was just taking a while to load, which I think was quite strange. So I don't know what are these City players doing to me, basically. Like, what's going on? So, like this might be a bad omen, you know. So like
right,
like United is like right, quick, 1-2. City, they're taking time to turn up. Like what's going on?
I don't like it.
So what about the midfield?
The midfield, that's so we had Kova was on the bench for Juventus. Kova was on the bench, so. Coming off injury, obviously, I think he's going to be taking pain injections.
Rita, why are you saying De Bruyne like right there? Why isn't De Bruyne the first thing that comes out of your mouth? What's going on?
Well, I was going to start defensively. I was moving from back to front.
Yeah,
of course, I'm going to mention the man's name. Arguably the.
Oh, are you still there? I might have lost you. Beta, you there? Are you there, Vader? Your mic.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm going to say KDB, arguably the second best midfielder of all time. So we'll definitely have him. Put him on the right hand side of that midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle, defensive role, maybe holding a little bit. I'm going to say Kova. He was on the bench. I'd like him to play this game, even if he can give me a first 45 minutes. I'd rather deal with the intensity of this derby early on.
Okay.
And then next to him is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go Bernardo Silva.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go Bernardo. Let me have some control. Let me have some legs. Let me have a little partnership between him and Kova. And then now the attack is where I need to exploit you guys. This is where I need to take advantage. Obviously, centrally. Yeah, you can just self-populate. Yeah. Self-populate that name, of course. The striking Viking. Yeah. He needs to get back to the leading the league in goals right now. I think he's sharing that with Salah right now.
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. I've got Haaland there, so that's definitely not him.
No, that's the wrong.
That's the wrong guy. It's the wrong guy.
Haaland, HAA.
It's HAA. That's why. There we go, man. There's the Viking. Right.
And all right.
Foden. Is Foden gonna start?
Yeah. Put Foden on that right hand side. He was told. I don't know if you saw this. It was part of the documentary. You probably didn't see it. But Khaldoon, right? Khaldoon was witnessing a practice just before the match before United, and he told Foden, do exactly what you did. Remember that shot, that position. Take that shot. You're going to take that in the FA. This is a trouble year. This wasn't you guys disrupting last season. But he told Foden to take that, come across the 18-yard box, top bins. I need Foden to replicate that. And then on the left-hand side, this is where it's going to be a little controversial. No, I do want Grealish here. I do want Grealish here, and here's where I want to be adaptable. I want Pep to see, okay, if we're in control, let's see Grealish go from playing left back to then dropping into the midfield, and maybe bringing on a Doku to start cooking Dallo on that side later in the game. Here's how I would want to start. I'd want to have some directness with a Foden, obviously with KDB. I'd want some control with Grealish. Obviously directness, and you have to be concerned with Haaland. And then I want some options on the bench. The same way you got Rashford, who could come off the bench and have an impact. I want Doku.
Sorry to interrupt you. So wait, Bath Time saying, what the fuck? Our team has apparently been leaked already. Are you sure? What's the source for this?
Oh my goodness.
Saying what? The leak is Onana, Martinez, De Ligt, Maguire, Matswari and Delo are wing backs. Agate and Bruno at 6. That's a bad idea.
No way.
Ahmad and Mount in the 10s and Rasmus at 9.
No way.
I can't imagine Bruno being disciplined to that basically means if that's true, then Agate is going to be incredibly exposed because Bruno is not disciplined enough to stay there. The defense isn't that bad. Like I said, I don't mind.
The defense is calm.
Maguire, De Ligt, so people say stuff about Maguire, but I actually don't think Maguire's as bad as people often make this guy out to be. To be honest, I think he's been fine. So I think the defense, the wing backs we picked themselves.
Are you surprised that you got no?
No, I've got it. No. Sorry, Martinez, De Ligt, and Maguire are the back three. Sorry, Matswari and Dallo are the wing backs. Okay, fine. And then he's placing Ahmad in the.
Yeah, but are you surprised with no YOLO?
No, because I think it's a United. It's a fitness thing. Euro's been injured for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I think to throw him in a Manchester derby.
Exactly.
When he's literally just got back, I just think I would not been particularly comfortable with him being there.
I understand that. I get that.
So
I mean, this league team is actually it's not terrible. Although I am questioning that Bruno. And if this is the league 11, I actually feel good about the 11 that I just proposed.
Yeah,
I think we could.
if this is bath time, if this is true, this has me. I'm already worried, man. And
Yeah.
Okay, is it fake? Wait, yes. Lucas has reports leaked of some. Why the hell this fraud, man? This
Wow.
I'm sure this Lucas guy is against us, man. Lucas is against us. This
That's crazy.
Lucas guy is actually against us. He's supposedly a Manchester United guy somewhere. He actually is against us. I actually think this Samuel Lucas guy. I don't know
He's
what
doing it for
happened
likes and
United
engagements, man.
banned him, but he. But the thing is, who leaked it? Who leaked it to this fraud? I sorry. I got it. Sorry, we got to interrupt this. I need to just check this. I'm hoping Lucky Singh you're right and that it is fake, and this is just fake journalism. But Lucas is like
as you look that up, RDS. I want to ask you this: what is your what's going to be your plan with regards to tomorrow? Are you going to be like MIA, just tuned into the game? Are you doing a watch along? Did I see you post and notify for a watch along? Is that correct?
I'll be doing a watch along. Yes, I'll be doing a live watch along and then a match reaction. It's on Facebook. What?
All right. I unfortunately I do have to drop just based off of the timing and things.
Yes.
I want to apologize, RDS.
Before you go, so because we should round things up anyway. We can do now. We've done this on score predictions. Score predictions.
I hate score predictions. I absolutely hate them. I don't even know what Pep's going to do. But you know what? I'm going to say this.
What we want you to say, the community is that we want you to say City are going to win, comfortable, 2-0 win, happy days. That's it. Come on.
Oh, I see. You want the whole jinxing thing to happen out here.
No. I don't jinx. That's
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, we're gonna link up soon. That fraud needs to send both of us invites, and we're gonna have to deal with his case because he's talking a little too freely, too arrogantly now that his team is performing a little nicer than they have previously. I'm gonna go with a non-clean sheet because unfortunately Manchester City can't keep clean sheets. I am going to back my team. I'm going to back my club in terms of winning this. I'm going to go the most entertaining game of the weekend. Everybody tuned in. I already know everybody's going to be a United fan. Everybody loves this City downfall. So everybody watching is a United fan, and that's why you're laughing because you know it's true. I'm going to say a 3-2. It's a 3-2 Manchester City.
3-2 Manchester City. Okay, yeah, and I just thanks again for Beta for coming on, man. I appreciate it. So, guys, make sure that you go over and subscribe to his channel, Beta Games TV, and support him out.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much. I wish I could stay longer.
No problem.
Great show. I'll tune in. I'll definitely be tuned into the watch along tomorrow.
No problem. Peace, Beta. Take care. Peace. Right. Okay. So, like I said, go and support Beta out, man. Yeah. So I'll round things up. I mean, in fact, let me stop sharing the screen, actually, guys, and I'll come here. In fact, I don't even have to have that as well. Yeah. Score predictions. What are we saying? What are we saying, chat? What are we saying? Guys, I can't predict a Manchester United win. I can't predict a Manchester United win. It's if we win, there's hope, but I can't. It's let me in fact let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see what you guys are saying. First of all, I'm gonna look us. He's not posted on Twitter. Why would he post it on Facebook though? Don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Someone needs to induct that fraud, man. I think Lucas is probably annoyed the leaker. I think Lucas is probably annoyed the leaker, who everyone claims or known isn't giving him the news and is putting pressure on the club, etc., to deal with him. What? Why doesn't he just not leak the news in the first? Why doesn't he not publish the news in the first place? I never. One of the things that I don't understand about media, right, is that like I understand when because journalists always hide behind the idea of it's in the public interest to leak to publish stuff. But with stuff like this, I'm like, I don't get what the public interest is. What actually is the public interest? It's not like City fans are going, I really, 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 really want to know what United starting 11 is. No one cares. And the only thing that it benefits is Guardiola and his team. Nobody else. Like, don't publish it. You get the leak, don't publish it. Like, journalism in this country is just awful. Eaglebert says 5-0 to United. I wish, buddy, but let's easy work. 2-1 City says Congo. That for me is my scoreline. We're the underdogs here, guys. We're the underdogs here. We are. City lost to Juve just due to. I mean, that is true. But we're also bad. I think, especially if you look at the start of the show, I want to just emphasize United are also bad. You know, City are bad and we are bad. That is why we are 13th, and City, despite being bad, are still 4th. Well, I think they're 5th now, I think. You know, so this is the thing. Like, we're both bad, but clearly we're worse because we're 13th from the table. Yeah, Nova journalist. Does anyone know what happened, Jen, with says the game was banned? Oh, I've got no idea, buddy. By using Spartan to draw attention to the league team, if he's right, he puts pressure on the club to the league. It's meant. Yeah, but still, but why publish it though? I still don't understand why you should like just I mean, you could put pressure on him, but don't publish it, man. Come on. Like, I don't know. For a lie to cut the goalkeeper in the last minute. Okay, I see this. Okay, see, some fans can be crazy, man. Something's crazy. Anyway, my prediction, guys, I'm gonna go, unfortunately, with a 2-1. And probably it's gonna be a 2-1 to City. I don't like predicting my team losing, but I can't remember the last time we went at the Etihad for start. And two, we're just not in a good position. And if that leak lineup is anything to go by, in fact, let's bring that leak lineup again, and let's just quickly discuss it if this is true. If this is the leak lineup here, that for me already has, in my opinion, has problems with and the biggest issue is the midfield, because I don't trust Bruno to be defensively disciplined, you know, alongside Agate. I don't. He'll go forward, and I think him and Mount will again occupy the same space, and Agate will be isolated, and then they'll just go through and go. Like that looks to me like the midfield battle is going to be lost. And the only way we can circumvent that is just to use use our wings. Like what we're basically saying is we're not going to be playing for the middle or trying to hold the ball. We're going to be using our wing backs to create everything and hope for the best. That's what that means to me. I would probably even feel more comfortable if maybe Casemiro was there, but I don't know. Maybe in training, Bruno's been taught to be more disciplined, to sit there. And if he does, and if he does that, then that's fine. But I just haven't seen that from Bruno. So, who knows? Journalist 1 p.m. Eagle said that the team looks good. Yep. I mean, it's not a bad team, but I do think the City will expose us. I think apart from Martinez, I'm okay with that team. I like Ahmad at right wing back and Casper in the midfield to help us defend set pieces. I agree with that. Because I think defensively, I mean, like I said, I don't think it's a bad team. I just am worried about the midfield. And I agree with you. I'm worried about set pieces. Against attack. Fair enough, Lucky. Right. Okay, guys, I think that's our preview over. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been an hour-long show, but big up Vaytu who was on. I'll be live again tomorrow for the watch long and then the match reaction afterwards. Remember, guys, if you are new to the channel, like, share, subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at WeUniteX and smash the notification button. Big up. And also, let me know what you want me to improve the channel. The year's out. I appreciate I've not done as much as I would like in 2024 for this channel. But I appreciate the community with you guys and all your support and everything. Feedback is appreciated. If I'm able to, please give me the feedback. And if there's anything I can improve, then please let me know. But yeah, have a nice day, everyone. And cheers. Peace, 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 peace.